Several times during the last part of my time in the war, they sent in replacements for me, and things kept happening to them. And one was a guy when I was made a reporter. 6 months into the war, the Army found out that I used to freelance magazine articles, and so they decided I should be a battalion reporter. And I was doing that, and then they found a replacement to come in and take my place toward the end of the year. And he had actually been a newspaperman somewhere on the East Coast. He came in and he was like in his mid-20s, which was a lot older than most people. And he had a wife and two little girls, and he would show me a picture of them, and he would call them his girls. And one day we were standing around. The lead of our column had run into some enemy, and they were chasing them down a dry riverbed. And we weren't in danger. The fighting was taking place down below in this dry riverbed, and we were kind of up on a little ridge. And so we were just standing around talking. But one of the bullets from down there came up through this little patch of jungle and hit him on an upward angle right in the hip. And it shattered his hip and shattered the bullet, and the pieces went up through his intestines. And it ripped a hole just under his belly button. And it hit an artery because he kept filling up with blood, and then it would burble out through the hole under his belly button. Then he would fill up with blood again. So he was obviously dying, and he knew he was dying, and we knew he was dying. And he just kept saying, "I just want to see my girls again. I just want to see my girls again." And I knew he would never see his girls again, and he really knew he would never see his girls again. But then, he bled to death, and so he gradually died. And right at the end, before he actually died, big raindrops started to fall, and they were hitting him in the face. So I didn't want that to happen. So I got up on my hands and knees over his face to shelter him. And I happened to look down, and I could see his blood being washed out of him and into the mud in Vietnam. And that's what happened to one of my replacements. Scene.